Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another vlog on my bike, and I have good news and I have a green light. And we'll be making a left here. But yes, welcome to the video. Brand new vlog on the brand new bike. Yes, guys, I passed my test. So I now have a full license for any bike I like. But I decided to get a Honda Rebel 250 for when I passed, because it's been perfect for around town. I think I did a video on it previously while I was passing my test, while I was doing them. Also, a fun fact today as I finished work, someone's stolen my high-vis jacket. I mean, why would you do that? Drivers barely see me as it is with the high-vis jacket, and now I haven't got one at all. I don't have a spare, so I'm going to have to buy a new one or find out who nicked it, I guess. A little bit frustrating, but what can you do? Maybe somebody accidentally picked it up thinking it was theirs, but all my biker gear is all together, so it seems a little bit suspect. Seems a bit more like somebody got the old 5-finger discount on, well, a vest. I mean, you can get the thing for £3 off Amazon. Why would you do that? Why would you steal one? So yes guys, I know the video quality isn't going to be amazing because it's a GoPro and it's nighttime, but I'll try and go somewhere where there's a bit more light and or use my mobile phone when we have a good old close-up of the bike. It is raining, by the way, but I've kept the bike out of the rain. I do have a cover for it because I'm trying to make it look as good as possible for as long as possible. I have a big old towel, no joke, a big old towel in the garage, so if the bike does get wet, I dry it out as best I can. Again, just to maintain its resale value later on, you know, a part exchange or anything. What else? So yes, I passed my test. It did take me a couple of attempts, just like the mod one. The first incident, I feel as though it was my instructor's decision, really, that caused it. Caused me to fail, that is. Long story short, I failed because I stopped at a green light, but my reasons for doing so was there was a guy shooting, and I mean shooting, he was hauling ass to the other set of traffic lights, and I didn't think he was going to stop, in which case he would have been crossing my path. And so even though it was green, I slowed down because I saw him coming, and obviously he did stop, but like, you know, he slammed all on to stop. I'm surprised he didn't screech and burn rubber. Because my instructor was watching me, I don't think she realised why I stopped. I think to her it looked like I just stopped for no real reason. So unfortunately I failed the first attempt. This roundabout, as you can see, it's very difficult to see if anything's coming on your right. I need to talk about this roundabout as well. I've got so many things to talk about in this video. I sent in a video of me coming up to that roundabout, slowing down. As you can tell, there's not a lot going on in terms of visibility to your right there, and there was some cars coming, so, you know, I yielded. You give way to your right at the roundabout in this country. I don't know about anybody else. And just as I came slowing to a stop, a van pulled out, so I let him go, and then a black car followed him, so I let that go. I looked over to my right with my eyeballs, not my full face. I ought to do that, really. So I looked over, glanced to my right, and it was okay to go. I went just as somebody else also decided to go on my left, and I beeped him. Now everybody seems to think that I should have gone immediately as that van was rolling out. That would have not been a good idea at all. I would have probably ended up inside that van. God, I love the exhaust on this bike. It might be too cold for it to pop and bang, but let's see if we can get it to do it. Oh, there's a good rumble. There's a good rumble. We'll just go around this speed bump. And it's a third down here, so we won't break the speed limit. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit dark here. What I might do is turn around and we'll go into town because it's a bit brighter while I talk about what happened. Actually, no, let's just carry on. What else was I going to say? Yes, the second attempt at Mod 2 also went a little bit wrong. Everything was perfect. I would have had 0 minors on my second attempt. They would have all been flawless. Now what happened was, towards the end of the test, everything's going fine. I took a bend slightly faster than I should have done. Now what I mean by that is, I was trying to maintain good speed. Maintain a good speed, proceeding on, making good progress. That's the phrase I was looking for, making good progress. Because obviously if you go too slow, that can also be considered a problem. So I was making good progress around all these twists and turns, and then another turn came up. I did slow down for it, but it was almost like a hairpin right turn, which took me by surprise. So I went very wide, nearly onto the grass at the side of the road. So that was, basically counted like, well, as if it was dangerous driving. And so that was a fail for that, unfortunately. So the second attempt was definitely 100% my fault. With it being a road that I didn't know, I should have been going even slower, just to make sure that I went round that bend. Open the visor. To make sure I went round that bend nice and easy. I'm just going to take it careful here because there's a lot of white lines. There we go. So yeah, the second attempt was my fault, 100%. I should have... The thing is, I overthink things. Most people probably know that about me by now anyway. I tend to give things a lot of thought. So I was concentrating on making good progress when I should have been concentrating on what's the road doing, where's it going, can I get any hints in advance, can I see any hedgerows or anything that are telling me where the road's going. So I came up to it not being able to see because of the bushes and tree line, that it was a lot sharper than I anticipated. And it was reasonably damp. It wasn't terrible, but it was reasonable. So yeah, what was I saying? 100% my fault. And then I went for my third time, passed with pretty flying colours. I got a question wrong on the show me, tell me. If you don't know what that is, look that up. I'm not going to explain all that and have an even longer video. But in the show me, tell me, you answer some questions about the bike and then some questions about the pillion passenger, which I won't be having. Keep my own life in my hands. I don't want to take anybody else's. Not on this 250. A bigger bike, yes, I'll be quite happy to take somebody else. Should have put some Rain-X on the rain while I'm talking is getting a bit awkward. If I turn my head to the right, there we go, we've blown a few droplets off. That's much better. So yeah, I'm not going to be taking a passenger, but the passenger question is multiple choice. There are several things that you need to know. What would you do to your bike to make sure you are prepared for carrying a pillion passenger? Because obviously the weight and stuff affects them. I got everything right, apart from I forgot about tyre pressure. I was even looking at the tyres after the question. I was like, there's a fourth thing. What's the fourth thing? I can't remember. And my instructor was right. Okay, well you've got 3 of them there. And then we continued on. The other minor was due to not being in a great road position at the end of a junction. And that was a very windy road that I'd not been down. So I wound up a little bit more central than to the left for a left-hand turn. So I wasn't ready. I was a bit too far over to the right. So we'll go back up this way actually, since the rain is still going. I'm just going to go slowly here because there's no one else here. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm a cautious driver. It doesn't mean I don't take risks that are okay. That makes sense. No unnecessary risks. Obviously right now there's no one out on the road, so if I feel like going slow I can. Obviously I'm not going to speed, because that's just silly. If you're going to do that, do it in your own time, that's fine, but I'm not going to do it. I can wait until I'm on the motorway to go quick. That's completely fine. Or as quick as a 250 will go anyway. This girl, she'll shift. She'll get up to 70, given enough time. But yeah, I can't wait to be on a bigger bike. So if you do happen to get the show me, tell me questions of a pillion passenger, you need to remember tyre pressure. You need to increase your tyre pressure for a pillion passenger, which you can find in your user manual. It will tell you what your tyre pressure should be normally, and it will tell you what your tyre pressure should be if you are carrying a pillion passenger. And there's a few other things as well, like with a pillion passenger, the weight of the bike will be increased. You might need to adjust the rear suspension. You might need to adjust your front headlight because the beam will be angled differently. All this stuff you need to make sure you've researched well. Get it into your skull, make sure you remember it, and don't forget it like I did. So yes, I passed, guys, with 2 minors, and one of them was just a question for a pillion passenger that I'm not going to have for the foreseeable future. So yes, good news all round. Now I just can't wait to save up and get a bigger bike. But for now, having these exhausts on this bad boy makes it sound like a much bigger bike than she actually is. What we'll do is we'll go into Morrison's car park, guys, because if the lights are on, I can get you a good look at the bike since I got these exhausts on. The only other addition I got, which you won't be able to see right now, but we'll see in a minute, is I got some Oxford heated hand grips. Visibility is just a bit poor really when it's raining. And it's just a 20 down here, so might as well open my visor so I can see a little bit more clearly now. I can see clearly now, my visor's gone. So yeah, what was I going to say? Oxford heated hand grips. You might be able to see that in this light. Just. But yeah, they are. I'm not got it on now because I'm not going out for too long. And nothing coming to the right, so we'll just roll on through there. Another mini roundabout. These things are amazing around here. So yeah, we'll go into Morrison's so we can have a good look at the bike. I'm sure there'll be some lights on that I can use. And good God, there's a lot of potholes down this road. There's one. I don't know this road like the back of my hand like I do with the one we came up a minute ago where I know where all the potholes are. So we will take a right here. Doing a stroller check even though there shouldn't be any other cars. We'll be nice and let the taxi go. Oh, he's going that way as well. Marvellous. Oh, it's not a taxi, it's a Audi Quattro. Oh, no, it's not a Quattro, sorry. Is that a TT? That's a TT. So we will go left here and go towards the bright lights. It is raining, so I'm going to have to actually head in shortly. I'm trying to keep the bike out of the rain as much as possible. We'll just park in here. It's not a space, but I'm just going to park next to the light. I'm going to have to roll forward for me to get neutral. There we go. I tend to go past neutral. I've got some new motorcycle shoes on. And it's very difficult to feel what you're doing. Right, there we go. Oh, can't see a thing. My glasses have steamed up now as well. So yeah, I have done a wrap on the bike, as you can see, hopefully clearly with the light there. And now we have these stubby pipes on, so it sounds like a much larger bike, which is fantastic. And it's not a bad looking bike in the first place. But yeah, the original exhausts came to about here, and they were about this thick, if you can see that. About that thick. So it sounded like an angry sewing machine before, but now it sounds so much better. And I do love cruisers. Such nice bikes and very comfortable to ride. Nice big wide seat for your bum, and that is the Oxford heated hand grip. Fascinating. So I'll just have one more walk around the bike, apart from where the license plate is. And there you have it. I do, these have come out again. I do need to get some cable ties to get these away for the oxide heated hand grips. They were tucked in nicely, but obviously the vibrations and stuff, everything's fallen out. So I need to sort that out. But anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you very much. It's been long and rambling as I do. So hopefully, guys, I'll see you shortly in a gaming video. But for now, I'm gonna get myself home and warmed up. It's bloody freezing and bloody wet. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.